Shalom, call hello la Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world can call God, Bahashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world can call JC. Once again, the true names of the Heavenly Father, and only begotten Son is Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom also to you. Akim, you brothers that's pushing, spreading his word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting their names, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to you, Akim. Shalom also to Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, the child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all forefathers. They may look like the heathen nations. You're scattered amongst which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations starting from 2 on down, those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people, as you're about to see on this chart through the man. And if your spirit bear witness with this word, the truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, when the child, this does apply to you who are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen. You're scattered amongst due to the scattering of these people in this chart. So once again, you will have Israelites come looking like the other nations, but they're indeed Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 15th verse, through the 68th verse. Their spirit bear witness with this word that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shema Shah, and their line, their lineage goes back to these people through the man, no matter what they come looking like. If their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. Also to the few Akwaf, you feel like sisters that do listen, learn, believe, and have respect towards your husband, Shalom. To the elect of Israel, Shalom. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, once again, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son, who the world openly calls JC. Once again, Yahweh Shah. All right, and just real quick. All right, but my whole point of doing a lesson on this is that even animals, all right, animals of all different sorts, because you got in this society, you got what they call amongst the animal kingdom, you got a predator, all right, and you got the prey. Well, that's gonna be done away with. Animals will even get along with each other and be able to befriend each other, all right, in the kingdom, man, to come, all right, because in this kingdom, it's not so, okay, but I didn't put anything together, so we just gonna roll off the spirit. But look like my all right. So it look like my Google's starting to work a little bit again. So we gonna get right into it, all right? Because in this kingdom, all right. So we're gonna start off with this, all right? This ain't gonna be a long video like usually, unless it's spirit, it leads to something else, all right? So this is gonna be a real quick one too, but this is Genesis. We're gonna get to the point, all right? On the birth of Jacob and Esau. This is Genesis 25 and 24. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, and behold, there were twins in the womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. They call his name Esau, which anybody that's new, Esau, which is Edom, Genesis 36 and 8. All right, which Edom is red, because that's what they are. They're not white, they're red. All right. And he came out, right? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, which is us. All right, Jacob is the progenitor, all right, of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare them. All right. Just to prove. All right. The word Yaquab, right? Son of Isaac, grandson of Abraham, and the father of the 12 patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel. So, all right, when you hear Jacob, you also hear, when you hear Jacob, all right, Jacob is also Israel because he wrestled, all right, with the angel, okay, to bless him. And that's when he changed it. The angel changed his name to Jacob. I mean, to Israel, all right? But it's the same thing. But anyway, and Isaac was 80 old when she bare him, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right, so Esau was a cunning hunter, man, and this devil, all right, his whole nature is hunting. All right, tracking down things and hunting it, man. And the major thing he enjoys hunting is these animals, these wild animals. All right, they'll go and book up a plane ticket all the way to Africa, all the way to another side of the world, just so they can hunt. All right, what they call game. You see, they can hunt and kill animals and hang their heads up as trophies, man. All right, this is what they do. All right, it was a movie. I think it was the movie it was about Gad. Kevin Costner was in it. I think it was called Dances with Wolves, and it was a part in there where Gad was telling him, you know, that the white man. They said the white man, he hunts. I forgot how he said because I didn't see the movie in a minute, but he said he hunts animals for fun, for a sport. He said we hunt animals, all right, basically for food and resources. And that's the truth. They hunt it, all right, for a sport, because that's in his nature, man. All right, that hunting spirit, that spirit of tracking you down, trying to kill you, that's his spirit, man. All right. But we're gonna jump to Habakkuk. Like I said, this ain't gonna be too long. All right. Habakkuk. Let me see. This is a chapter. This is a book. All right, and actually, you know what? We're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right. Oops, Slocky. Like I said, it's good that this joint working again. All right. So we're gonna go Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I started 1. So this whole chapter is basically the mindset of the elites. This is the elite speaking. All right, what they're thinking right now, because this is the mindset that they're in right now. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:1 says, and the ungodly saith, reasoning with themselves, be not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Because what does it say in Revelation 12:12? That woe to the inhabitants of the sea and of the earth. For the devil, which is talking about Esau, Edom, is come down unto you having great wrath. All right? And this is why all these things happen. This is why it seems like you during this whole pandemic, he's just been taking you people's so-called rights away. And there's a reason he's doing that, because he has a short time. And that's exactly what he's doing. All right, he's putting a squeeze on you people because he's finna come out with wrath, man. All right, using this new world order. But it says, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our hearts, which being extinguished, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Because the scriptures, Psalm the 64th chapter tells you what? Their heart is deep. It's the mind, all right? They do a diligent search. They search out all things, basically. And they know, all right, through their so-called biblical scholars, that they Edomites, and also they know that eventually they're going into captivity and they're going to be exterminated. According to Obadiah 1:18, they're going to be the only race or nation of people exterminated. All right? They know that. It's just you average peon Edomites that don't know. If you don't know, if you haven't come across the videos. Well, if you just coming across it, well, you're going to be the only nation. The nation Edom will be the only nation the people annihilated, man. That won't be able to witness a righteous rulership. They will be building, all right, the kingdom up of Yasharala up, but you're not going to witness, all right, just how when we were brought over here, we built America up, all right, and we were able to witness America in the building stages and even the days of glory, which is now coming to an end, all right. But they're not going to be able to witness that. They're just going to build it up, all right. But anyway, it says, the fourth verse says, and our names shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist, that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let's enjoy the good things that are present, like the right now, because the present is the right now, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in the youth. All right, you people, all right, the trees, the plants, all right, and who? Animals. You see? And they've been doing that. They've been using, all right, the animals as what? Test dummies. When they're doing experiments on, or creating different type of diseases to see how it will work on the animals. You see with rats, even though a lot of people don't like rats, mice, all right, whatever you want to call them. They use all types of tests on these animals to see how their body will react to the disease or chemical weapon that this devil got, man. All right, you see, if you go to these zoos, all right, Esau will go to a whole country. He'll get animals and bring them and put them in zoos, man. All right, put them in cages and give them only a little bit of space to wander around, man. And the animal needs to have its own space, just like a human being. You see how Esau has people in apartment complexes packed on top of each other? Let me get that real quick. How it says join house to house. Let's get that real quick. All right. Yeah. Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth, man. What do you see Esau do with these zoos? He got these different wild animals that's supposed to be out, all right, in open space, in zoos, man. People snapping pictures of them, throwing stuff at them, picking fun at them, basically, which is agitating them, all right. But they can do but so much, man. All right. So this man gotta go. All right. We can't fret that more than you enough, though. He gotta go. All right. Even people, like I said earlier, how back in the 20th century, you had in Jake's neighborhood, you had projects. I'm talking about the high-rise projects, even the low-rise projects. All right. Well, I'm in the apartment complex now. You see, everybody just bunched and stacked on top of each other. You're not supposed to do that. All right, but this is what he does. He's using the creatures, as in his youth, man. Basically doing whatever he having his fun, and wickedness, all right, with the people, the animals, and just the earth in general, man. Just destroying everything. All right. Let me see if I can find that scripture where it says the beast. Just hunting them. And let's just get a few, let's just look up hunters real quick. All right. And you see another thing Esau is big in is divide and conquer. He's even, according to this system, all right, you got people that's of the same ethnicity that's divided against each other. The prime example of that is our people. And then you even got these animals. These animals attack each other, man. All right, another thing Esau does is, I bring this up recently, deforestation. He'll cut down all these wooded areas just to build, all right, buildings that's eventually, that building is going to go bankrupt and it's going to be sitting vacant. So you just tore down, all right, the habitat, the land or the homes of these different animals just so you could build a business that's going to go out of business and eventually it's going to be destroyed. You see? And I'll be seeing that all around. Esau's continually building and taking up space, cutting down trees, knowing that those trees give off oxygen. You see? But it's the devil for you. All right? Let me get type up hunters in Africa. I could just type up hunters everywhere. Alright? Just type up hunters in Africa. Alright? Esau. So you can't make it up. Alright? You can't make it up. You see? You can't make the scriptures is on point, straight up. See? A cunning hunter, a man of the field. Alright? A man of the field. You see? I could see if you, like I said, like how that Gadai said, if he was hunting them for resources, or look, a lion. You got Jake right there. That could be. Yeah, I guess it's a Jake. But for the most part, most of them is Esau. See? Most of it's Esau. You would just book a whole ticket, go all the way across the world just to shoot an animal that's not over here. Are you serious? Alright? Just to snap a picture by it to show you that you're the harbinger of death. You see? But like I said, all that energy that you give off by doing this, being the hammer of the earth, just going around, just hunting people and trapping them and everything and putting them to death, that's going to come back on you, devils, man. Alright? But let me find that scripture where it says the beast weep. I haven't gotten it in a while, so just bear with me. I think it's Jeremiah, in the book of Jeremiah. Damn, forgot how it was worded. Salakia. Okay, there it is. I knew I wasn't crazy, but it's Jeremiah. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 12. All right, and yep. So Jeremiah 12 and 1, it says, Righteous art thou, O Lord Yahweh Bashima Shah, when I plead with thee. Yep, let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore did the way of the wicked prosper? All right, and yeah, it was prospering for a time, but that's because Yahweh, he allowed to prosper. You see, it's not on Esau's terms that he's prospering because of himself. Hell no, Wherefore all they happy that deal very treacherously. Thou hast planted them, yeah. They have taken root. They grow, yeah. They bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their rinds. But thou, O Lord Yahweh, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried my heart toward thee. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter and prepare them for the day of slaughter. And what does it say in Proverbs the 16th chapter? That the wicked is reserved for the day of evil. And we coming to that day of evil, man. All right? But here's the point. How long shall the land mourn? Because the earth, the planet Earth, and not just Earth, you got space junk. You got junk up in space. How do you have junk in space? So everything is mourning under this devil. You see? And the herbs of every field wither. Because what? He spreads what they call pesticides, chemtrails. That's getting on the plants. You got to eat that stuff. So you eating that stuff, and that stuff is, that they're spraying, all these chemicals, just chemical warfare. He's spraying your herbs and stuff. That's getting on your food, and you're eating that. So what is that doing to you? It's poisoning you. Look what's going on in Flint, Michigan. A lot of them people in Flint, which they're smart for thinking that way. A lot of them are jakes. All right, they're rejecting the vaccine because of the water crisis that happened over there. How they was polluting their water, which he was doing that intentionally. You see, but it says, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein, the beasts are consumed, the animals and the birds, because they said, how he shall not see our last end. All right, and you won't see the last end, man. Cause see, all like I said, all that energy you put into destroying people is gonna come back on you devils. Okay. Um. Let me see. All right, but how long, man? This is not long. All right, we're witnessing the transferring of kingdoms. We're witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom, so-called white man. All right. So all right. So let's go to Romans the 8th chapter. Romans 8. We're gonna get to the point. I'm just get straight to the point, right? This is 19. All right. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. All right. Everything is waiting for what? The sons of Yahweh, the Israelites. All right, to come back into power, man. All right, because what? I quote this every video, almost every video. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You see, nobody's happy. Nobody's living under this devil, man. But when we come into power, everybody's going to be living, man. All right. Now, things are going to be set up a certain way where the Israelites are prospering. Everybody else, if you're not an Israelite, you're going to be a slave. All right. But even you, like I said, are going to witness a righteous rulership. You won't be having to deal with a cutthroat, all right, ruler like Esau, Edom, an unjust ruler. All right. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected him in the same hope. Now, it's speaking of, us, all right, because these bodies are were made to go off, all right, made to sin, all right, but everybody's waiting for the manifestation of, the Israelites, man, to come back into power, man, because I already quoted it. Once we come back into power, everything's gonna be good, man. All right. Let me see. Isaiah 14. Okay. We're gonna get this. Isaiah 14:1 says, "For the Lord Yahweh Bashimashah will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers in the land, even our land, because our land, the land of Israel, as it is now with these heathens in it, all right, it's destroyed, it's defiled, and it's not yielding forth its fruit. Because what was the curse that was placed upon Cain? Cain is Esau. All right, that that the let me see if I can find it real quick, because I don't want to butcher it. All right, yep, Genesis 4:12. This was placed upon Cain. All right, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. And when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall not be in the earth." And that's speaking to Esau, Edom, because that was passed down to Esau. All right. So him being in power, the earth, he's cursed from the earth, man. It says the ground shall not yield its strength, man. That's why he has to create GMO food. Why you can't just leave the food, all right, the way it's supposed to be made? Why you can't stop, just like the vitamin, right? The vitamin, the gummies that they make, you see, that's supposed to already be in your food, man. All right. You have fruit, particular fruit that comes with seeds, but he creates seedless fruit. You have to do that because that was that curse that was placed upon your forefather Cain, man. What you are, Cain, man. All right. The earth can't yield its strength under your rulership. So that's where we gonna come in. Just to get that. Alright? I don't want to get off topic. I'm gonna read again Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord Yahweh Shemashah will have mercy on Jacob, and he will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. So our land gonna be good again. Alright? Because the people of that land is gonna be back in that land, not the imposters. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. That's other Israelites. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. Which, what does it say? In Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Alright, ask of me, and I will give thee the heat and the earth for thy possession. You're gonna be the possession, man. You're gonna be the new slaves, man. Them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Shemashah shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bonds wherein thou was made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say how if the oppressor cease, and the golden city cease, which is doing that now. It's ceasing now. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah had broken the staff and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people, not just people, the animals, alright, nature, everything, alright. He who smote the people in wrath with a continued stroke, he that ruleth the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. Alright? So now as he's falling, nobody's budging, nobody feels sorry. Now you might got a few, alright, bugged out jakes that's upset that he's coming out of power. Alright? But for the most part, the world's rejoicing, alright, to see this man fall, man. Alright, the other nations, even though they're going into slavery too, alright, they're rejoicing to see this place fall. You know? Because this place has been the ham of the earth, man. All right, America has been the most oppressive country on the planet Earth, man. All right, and still is. All right. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Why? Because we're going to be in the power. The sons of God will be in the power once again. Okay? Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellas come up against us. Because the trees ain't got to be worried about being, all right, chopped down to be used for paper. That's just going to be thrown away. They ain't going to have to be chopped down so another building, all right, useless building, a modern day, cave. Because that's all a lot of these, if you go in a lot of these cities, the downtown area, how you got these skyscrapers, they call them skyscrapers. They're just modern day, all right, caves, man. Look up Mount Seir, man. Esau's original homeland. Alright? Caves, man. Alright? That's all it is. You see? But that's what's gonna happen. The world's gonna be back at peace when this devil's out of power, man. Especially the animals. Let's get that in Job, the 5th chapter. Alright? The 19th verse. Alright. Well, I start at 17. I always start at 17. So it says, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty Yahweh. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands maketh whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 days shall no evil touch thee. Because before the good come, what? Jacob's trouble got to come. And that's the time we in. We in the time of Jacob's trouble. This double, like it says, once again, all right, their time is what? Short and tedious. They know that. So before we come to power, they're going to make sure that doesn't happen. All right? That's their goal, to make sure that these people don't come back into power. Because if these people come back into power, all right, that means what? We are taken out of power. And it's going to happen because the Lord says it's going to happen. All right? Because it also says in scriptures that if the days weren't shortened, no flesh shall be saved. If this man continue on with his reign of terror, nobody will be saved. He will eventually kill himself. All right, Esau is not just a threat to human life, all right, but just life in general. But he's a threat to his own self. All right, he will destroy his own self. And you see that with the opioid crisis. All right, that's your own people that's dying off that, and you already not reproducing. All right, your numbers are when it comes to birth rate is completely down. The majority of Esau's nation is elderly people. All right, they're not reproducing, and you're already killing them off. All right, trying to make a buck, man. So he's detrimental to his own self. The scripture, it says that in Sirach 14. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he do good, man? You see? It says, in famine, because that's coming, he shall redeem thee. This is the elect he's talking to. From death, which is Esau. All right, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. And war, from the power of the sword. The race wars, the food wars, World War III. All types of wars going to break out in the streets of America, man, and all over the world. Because this is coming to the world, but America is going to be the pinnacle. It's going to be the center point of the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right. But it says, here's the point. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Why? Because the end, when America collapses, that's literally the beginning of our rulership. All right. So we already basically, because what does it say? The kingdom shall be translated from one people to another. All right. All that influence, all that wealth is just going to be translated. When America collapses, that's going to be the beginning of our rulership. Especially when the chariots, the so-called UFO, come and we're beamed up on them chariots, man. All right. But for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin. So it said we're going to be at peace with these beasts, man. Because the beasts, everything automatically knows who's in power. All right. Right now, these animals already know Esau's in power. All right. But when he's taken out of power, they're automatically, and everybody's going to know, all right, who the Lord's going to pass the rulership to, man. All right. It's going to be made clear. 144. All right. So, let me get Zechariah. We probably going to end it off. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a long video. All right. Especially in this time. This is Zechariah 8:1. I start there. It says, and again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, came to me, saying, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with a great jealousy. I was jealous for her with great fury. And he's going to show that when he's judging this world, man. Okay? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, I am returned unto Zion, and I will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah hosts the holy mountain. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be filled of boys and girls playing the streets thereof. And you ain't gonna have to worry about, all right, your kids being struck by a bullet in a drive-by like you see on this side. You have to be worried about, some dude in a white minivan come pull up and just snatch your kids, and you don't know where they at, man. You see? It's like you see what's going on at the border. A lot of our people down the border, all right, they're being rounded up, but their kids are being taken. Where you think them kids? They finna take them kids, man. All right, they finna do all types of things to those kids, man. We ain't gonna have to worry about that in the kingdom, because the people that's doing that to us now, they gonna be in captivity. We gonna be in power. We gonna be immortal. We gonna have powers. They can't do nothing at that point. All right. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, us that's in the truth now, should it also be marvelous in my eyes, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country, from the west country, because we in the western hemisphere, but our people are scattered everywhere. The Lord's going to save us, all right? He's going to beam us up on them chariots, man, all right, before the missiles hit. And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness. Let me see if this is it. Where it says the lion. I think it's Isaiah. I think I'm in the wrong chapter, but that's good as well. Hold on. So bear with me. I meant to go to Isaiah. But that's coming though. Alright. Okay, it's Isaiah 65, I think. Let's go there real quick. Okay, this is it. This is what I wanted. Alright. But this is Isaiah 65. Ooh, Isaiah 65, and I start at 16. It says that he who blesses himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth, Yahweh of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God Yahweh of truth. Because the former troubles are forgotten, because they are hid from my eyes. For behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth. And the former, which is this what you see right now, this present world right here, which is temporal, all right, this ain't gonna be remembered anymore in the kingdom, because the kingdom gonna be so decked out. It's gonna be so on another level compared to America. See, America, I always say it, it's the most overhyped, baseless, base, all right, kingdom to ever rule, man. And it's gonna be found out in the kingdom. Nor come into mind. You ain't gonna be thinking about, all right, movie theaters in America. You don't be thinking about movies that came out this year in America, or the iPhone and the Galaxy. You ain't gonna be thinking about these things. All right, these things gonna be base compared to what we about to get. All right, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I created. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. So our people ain't gonna be complaining about having to get up to go to work. They ain't gonna be complaining about baby mama drama. They ain't gonna have to be complaining about, being low on money. All right, bills racked up. We ain't gonna be worried about that no more. All right, car broke down. You see, that man is gonna be over with. You see, child support, whatever, man. All right. There shall be no more events in an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, and we're not gonna die. All right. In the kingdom, we're gonna be immortal. All right, we're gonna live forever, man. You seen a movie called the movie called Highlander? It came out back in the mid-80s. All right, he was immortal. The only way, which that's not gonna be us, but he was immortal. The only way he died, or they died, is they had to behead each other. And you will behead that one Highlander, I believe that's what they were called, and his power, all right, was given to you. You see? And that's what's finna happen to Esau. All right, Lord finna take him out of power and give his power, and we're gonna have even more power for us, man. All right? But it says, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit, they shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands, man, because we working and laboring to enter into rest right now, doing these videos. All right? If we keep going, then this is what we're going to receive. And you see, we built America. These different inventions like the stoplight and many other inventions, we built these things. But what? Who takes credit for building it? Esau, Edom. We don't we're not eating the fruit of our labor on this side, but we will in the kingdom. And they're gonna build what we want up. We're not gonna touch a thing. Alright? We're not touching nothing. And we're gonna take credit, because that's also in the scriptures, for what they built. Alright? They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. All right. So before we even pray for something we want, the Lord gonna already, he gonna already hear it, man. He gonna already know it. You see? Now here's the point. Right? It says the wolf and the lamb, because what is a wolf and the lamb? The wolf is the predator and the lamb is the prey on this side. But check this out. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. So animals are going to be at peace, and literally be at peace. They're not going to be attacking each other for food anymore. All right, they're not going to be hunting, another animal's offspring. That's going to be over with. So when this devil, all right, gets taken out of power, all right, Everything's gonna be set alright. Everything's gonna be in this righteous estate. Alright, you ain't gonna see this division and wickedness anymore, man. Alright? So the scriptures literally touch on everything, man. Alright? So everything, basically everything you see that happens in this world, the violence, the hatred and all this other stuff, alright? In the world to come, it's gonna flip. Alright? It's gonna flip. But that's it. Call her Lord La Yahweh by Shema Shah. Yahweh Righteous Eyes was edifying. Papa Kasha, Abba Popo, Abba Popo, Abba Ha Ayapia, Abba Ha Ayapia. Shalom to the elect, to the few Akwaf that do listen and learn. Shalom. Hawad, Haya, La Yahweh by Shema Shah, and Shalom.